Good morning and welcome to the Forex Daily Update, brought to you by Pepperstone on Thursday the 6th of September 2018. I'm Darren Sinden, and you can follow me on Twitter throughout the day by using @ds_Pepperstone. Right, let's take a look at the overnight changes and price moves to be aware of. By recent standards, a relatively quiet session on the world's foreign exchanges, but there were some moves of note worth pointing out. Weakness again in Australasia, with both the Australian and the New Zealand dollars giving ground against the US counterpart. The Chinese yuan was also lower against the US dollar by 0.15%, and the Indian rupee gave 0.46% up against its US counterpart. Dollar index pretty unmoved, 95.11 trading shortly before the video, a change of 0.01% over the last 24 hours. It is up, it's still above the 95 level that we see as being very important, but it's not making a very good fist of rallying, would be my observation here. Perhaps the key US data today and tomorrow can change those fortunes. Speaking of data, let's take a look at what's on the calendar, events that may move the markets today. A pretty packed calendar. We've already had trade balance data for July out of Australia earlier this morning, and we'll look at that in a bit more detail momentarily. The focus is principally in the US today, and that kicks off at 12:15 with the ADP employment change data for August. At 15 minutes later, that's followed by continuing jobless claims and initial jobless claims out of the US as well. This data falling on a Thursday for a change because it was a bank holiday weekend in the US. 12:30 will also see the release of non-farm productivity and unit labour cost for the states for the second quarter. And then at 12:45 we take a brief sojourn back to Europe to hear from the ECB member Lautenschlager in the first of today's central bank speeches. 13:45 then we're back across the Atlantic for composite and service PMI data out of the USA. And then at 1400 our second central bank speech, this one out of the US by FOMC member Esther Williams. 1400 would also see the release of the ISM non-manufacturing PMI for August out of the States, accompanied by factory orders data for the month of July. We're back to Europe at 16:30 for a speech from the SNB governing board member Zebrugge, and then at 18:30 back in North America to hear from the Bank of Canada's Wilkins. We fly halfway round the world to New Zealand for a speech at 21:30 by the Reserve Bank of New Zealand Governor Orr. And then at 22:30, if you're still in the market, you can see AIG performance of construction index data out of Australia for August and overall household spending data for Japan for the month of July. Okay then, breaking news and comment that's caught my eye overnight. First of all then, those Australian trade balance data surprised with flat imports and a small fall in export volumes. However, the trade surplus still beat expectations comfortably. India will play host to senior US politicians Mike Pompeo and James Mattis today for talks on a range of issues including China, combating terrorism and US trade tariffs. North and South Korean leaders will meet again in September, sources in Seoul have confirmed. And the Bank of Japan board member Kataoka has called for more stimulus in the country. Okay, food for thought and something to take away with you into the trading day and beyond. Why not think about this? As we have noted before, markets are subject to trends and fashion, the same as anything else. Stocks and sectors move in and out of favour as their businesses wax and wane. And the table opposite captures this evolution perfectly. The table shows us the largest companies globally by market cap over the last 38 years. And you can see the changing trends and types of companies that have remained in or out of favour during this period on a global basis. Right, please take a moment to read the risk warning. Trading CFDs and foreign exchange on margin can be a risky business. If you're in any doubt about those risks or the suitability of leverage products for you, then please do contact your Pepperstone account representative, and please do take a moment to read this risk warning thoroughly. Thank you very much for your time.